Okay, grow the farm up. We are detasseling 2023, and I thought we'd do the detasseler video quickly. This is the cutter heads. They are basically just lawnmower blades. They do exactly what they imply they do. You can see the red light, and as you can see, this automatically trolls up and then back down. Same with this one. This automatically trolls up, and then you see it's as tall, it's gonna get as tall as me. And there, I'm a piece of corn. Now it's gonna go back down. Oh, let's say there's a piece of corn right here. Now it's gonna stop. So see, it goes up and down. Automated head. These are male rogers. As you can see, male row, female row, female row, female row, female row, and adjust the camera there, and male row. So you see the male row line up with the male rogers. These don't cut all the time. They're only out there to cut out roads if needed. This is a 2015, I believe. It's got a Cummins turbo diesel in it. It's a Hagie 204, planetary drives, hydraulic drives, all hydraulic pump driven. You can hear the Cummins air ride, which is very nice. That's something we do just to put some more weight on the back, because these are pretty light units. You know, they don't make these anymore. They did finally put out a new unit for just detasseling, the new John Deere Hagie. Actually pretty nice. Probably gonna have to get one in a couple years, but until then. So that is the exterior. We've been using it, you know, you gotta get in tune with your machine. These are isolation rows, and just quickly, you see, because this is a field of soybeans for a mile, you don't need isolation. So I just put a little isolation on that end, a little isolation on this end. We've only got a couple rounds left on this field. I just get into cutting. I just like to keep going. So let's go for a quick spin, huh? So we get up top here, and yeah, you're pretty high in the air. We've got these nice grates. Take the mud off your shoes, because I don't want you dragging mud into my cutter now. So I'm gonna ask you to you clean your shoes off too. Okay. Hydraulic oil reservoir. You know, I mean, Cummins turbo diesel. I believe that's a 5.4 liter. Let's take a ride. Okay. Now, I was looking for a strap earlier, because you're always looking for a strap, so some stuff laying around. All right, view out the front window. Not the largest cab that you will ever see in your life. In fact, they put a swather cab on the new one, which is cool. Here's all your controls. This is your Hagie tassel troll. That's what controls the automated up and down of the head. Here are your section controls, your master on off, your hydraulic oil low warning. You know, it does have a parking brake, though we don't use them very often. There are no brakes on this machine. It is fully hydraulically driven. You know, fuel tank has a right shift, you know, and that's just to shift it up a gear, make it go a little faster. So very simple machine, basically. I mean, here's the Cummins, what do they call this? The plug-in board, you know. I don't want to delete the active. There we go. And you can just scroll through and see, you know, there's your water temp. Here's your, what is that? That's probably your oil pressure. It's your gallons an hour. You know, so on and so forth. I like to run it forward display. You can do it that way or that way. Okay, and this right here is what controls your head depth. Now, let's bring this head up. Okay, throttle up. Actually, throttle back down. You always want to be throttled all the way down. Turn the oil onto the head. So now you're a dangerous spinning machine. You got 12 rows spinning all over the place. Manual to auto. Now we are back in manual. One button to lift the head and one button to put it in auto, and then I call these my missile shooters. These control my mail rogers. Here, I'll show you. Let's get the head up, and you can see the head is spinning. I mean, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can see. And the camera's doing that thing where it doesn't pick them up spinning as fast, but watch. Right mail roger, go. Left mail roger, can you see that? Here, there we go, that's better. Left mail roger, go. There, and it goes. And there he's, and now it stops. And go again, see? So there. That's the head all the way up. So here's what we're gonna do. It's a hydraulic or a hydrostatic drive. We're gonna drop the head and we're gonna go ahead and take a little trip through the field. We do have some potential weather headed at us. A big giant pivot track to get through there. We do have a little weather headed at us, so we might be cutting this a little early. But that's okay. You know, you take 6-8 inches of that flag leaf off the top, it'll help the plant take a 60-70 mile an hour wind. God, you hope you don't get one right before detasseling. You can see the head is trolling around. Go ahead and look at that wing for a minute. The head is trolling around nicely, as it should, and you can see what you're cutting compared to, see the rows over there have not been cut, and the rows over there have been cut, so you can kind of see, and you want to be as even as you possibly can. It means I'm filming, I'm not going to try to push ground speed too much here. It's you really kind of got to dial in. Here, let's just stop and take a look. Okay, so we stopped. We can make sure you lifted the head up. Carefully back up. You don't want to run over corn. That makes it a pain. Okay, now you kind of got to drop the head to see. And bingo. So what do you think? I mean, I got numbers on all of my, see how they're numbered? But the numbers don't really mean much because things get bent over the years, and actually it's just about, you know, it's not about just plugging in the number. Too much of that shit going on today. It's about actually setting the head even. That's pretty even. Been setting this machine a long time, so I know exactly which numbers are off which direction a little bit. You can set them all at like 5 and you're pretty close, but then you need to adjust one a half number up and another one a half number down. So steering control is pretty good. You know, into this no-till cover crop seed corn, we're not cultivating, so it is flat planted. So the machines, I did tow them in a little bit this year. The alignment seems to be handling pretty good. Let's go ahead and let her rip a little bit, shall we? We're doing about 8.5 mile an hour. You gotta watch out for them pivot tracks. They'll sneak up and get you. You can see a few tassels coming. We're about 3 days to silk, 2 days to silk on the earliest female. And there are a couple places where there's some male tassels sticking out. So this field is just about really 6 days away from making. So it's a good time to come out here and just take the flag leaf off. There you can see we took out a exposed tassel. And really pretty clean. I've only seen a couple of escaped rogues. For example, there's one, but that's, you know, if you're only seeing one a pass, that's pretty good. Pivot track, big pivot track. Slow down. See, look at this. Feel this. You feel the machine lean. You'll be able to feel it. Now the back's gonna hit. Front hits it. Gotta try to control the wheel over the pivot track. It's a real pain detasseling over those pivot tracks, but I tell you what, I'd rather have that pivot track and the ability to water than not, so I guess I'll wash my mouth on that one, huh? Probably be smart. And let's see, let's take a look down here. You can see it's telling them to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. See how the head trolls this draw. Check it out. See, it goes up, and then you kind of got to slow the machine down and let it adjust back down. I'm at a full stop now. And then you just slowly get it going again. And as your back wheels go through the draw, the head needs to set down more. Now the back wheels are coming up out of that little draw, and things are starting to even out again. And then here comes that big pivot track. So here we go. First time through, you want to try to navigate a straight track for everybody else to follow you, because you're going to be followed about 6 times through here. Yeah, that's not bad. The next time through, you'll be able to probably straighten that out enough. All right, let's let this dog hunt for a minute. It's kind of fun. You got to get seasoned before we let you go more than like 6-7 miles an hour in one of these. Really 4 or 5, but you got to be perfectly centered up, otherwise you'll be knocking over corn. I mean, just take a look back. Take a look back in the mirror. Maybe that's a better view right there, I don't know. Boy, that could be a pretty cool view, huh? Keep it on the road, be an even better view. We're going about 9.4 miles an hour. That's reserved only for extreme professionals. Not advised, you know. Stunts here are performed on a closed course, not recommended and or legal in any public roads, right? This one, yeah, that's a pretty good view too. Okay, coming to the end. Oops, see, we screwed it all up trying to film. I knew trying to go too fast filming never fails. See, I ran over a little corn, and now I've created a huge pain in the butt for the rest of the years. That's it. Every time you think, think you're a daredevil, you'll wreck. I promise. That's why they call them daredevils. Like we're just waiting for them to wreck. You can see, you know, isolation on the end. We got that nice pivot coming at us. So, you know, this year is going to be all about timing up detasseling with irrigation. So that pivot's moving, and boy, oh boy, look at these pivot tracks that we're trying to navigate here, turning around through. I think we'd be smart to just avoid that altogether and try to center up on that, and boy. You guys know hydrostatic drives, you want to be really as gentle on them as you can. You don't want to hear the machine creeping and crawling and screaming and yawling. Well, that's a good shot of that pivot over there. Kind of a nice, pretty picture there, huh? You can see what we've cut, what we haven't. So let's give you a different angle here. Get lined up a little better. Okay, and we are rock and roll. We'll try to find the right zoom here, because I think you're going to be able to see really good in this light, and we'll try to not go Mario Andretti speeds here, and really you can really see what's going on. We'll zoom in on a row. There, is that a good angle? Boy, that light should be, you should really be able to see what we're doing and why we're doing it. Let me get back on the head there. Maybe that's better, maybe not. Let's take a look at that wing, what we're doing over there. And let's see, zoom in. tassel out. Let me zoom in on some early stuff out there in front of the head and see if you guys can see it. You guys can see there's the 4 female rows and the 2 male rows. See what we've got. You can see some tassels just starting to show. About 3 or 4 days to silk. Okay. Good looking field of seed corn. I mean, can't lie, there's some more tassels out there. Just because you see a couple tassels, there's no reason to freak out and be like, oh my god, I gotta go cut the seed corn field. No, it's all about the ear shoot and the days to silk. That's what matters. You need to cut on time. But I found the earlier you can cut, sometimes the better in a bad weather year. But also at the same time, you don't want to cut before you see the plant starting to exert its tassels, because you will limit its ability to yield quantity. I mean, you'll take 30-40% of the yield capacity right out of a plant if you cut it off before it reaches about basically as tall as it's going to get. And you can see we're only cutting 10 inches realistically, not quite a foot. And we're just basically taking the top half of the tallest plant tassel that's out here. We'll come back in a day, 2 days, 3 days, or all 3 days if that's what it takes. It's supposed to turn 100 degrees all week, so that will move this seed crop along very quickly. So get comfortable, because we're probably going to be riding the detasseler. Got this cutter and got my other cutter. He's not going yet, but he will be in a couple of days. And so I'll be able to get some footage from this thing working from the ground. But as usual, the best tour is the ride and the quick outside. Hey, this is what it does and this is what it looks like. And, all right, now let's go watch them do some work and drive around in it. Let's look at some corn and explain why and what and how. And then let's have a little fun with it too, right? I thought we had some fun with it. I mean, not like as much fun as winning the lottery, but I mean about as much fun as you can have on a YouTube video, I guess, right? That makes, seems like sound logic to me. So I'm gonna carry on, because I'm not gonna lie to you, filming is really cramping my cutting style, man. I mean, I've been doing this for 25 years and I'm pretty picky, and I really like to run and get after it. And so I don't know, we're gonna have to come up with a mount maybe or something. What do you guys recommend to me? Something, I don't know. What do you guys think? Mount a camera on the cutter? Live stream it? That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna get back, have more fun cutting my seed corn here. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around, checking out the Hagie 204, Grow the Farm Up.